What are going to be the best buddies to walk for the guaranteed XL candy during the Halloween event in Pokemon Go? I'm going to give you exactly that today in this video, and then I'm going to give you a little bit extra if you guys really want to push over the top and go after some extremely challenging XL candy in the game, but I think it's probably going to be worth it. And you know what time it is. With that said, welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go. So starting from Kanto and working forwards, and then like I said, at the end of the video, I am going to test something because I have been getting 2 XL candy when I have been walking a couple things. Maybe it's having a Pokemon that is a boosted Pokemon, such as like Dragonite, might get a different evolution, but at the same time, I don't really think that's what it is. So if you do know why you might get 2 XL candy, or if it is rare when walking, please let me know, because if with Dragonite, my shiny Dragonite that I've been walking, I've seen 1 XL candy come out of it, and I've seen 2 XL candy come out of it. So that is definitely a thing. You can get 2 XL candy for walking it. And for all these Pokemon, I am going to encourage you guys to get them excited. If you want to see how to get a buddy excited for free, you can check out my video up here, or you can use a Poffin, because just remember guys, Poffins are coming out of raid battles right now. So doing raid battles, but it has to be in person. I will be making a video about that very soon. So here we go. Let's start from Kanto and onwards. The #1 Pokemon that I am going to recommend, just because it's a little bit rare for me and because I really have a great shiny lucky 98% of this Pokemon, it is going to be Kangaskhan. So Kangaskhan is not the best Pokemon overall, but it is a rare Pokemon, and I really want to level 50 one of them. And I don't know about you guys, but that could be a Pokemon for you guys. Not only that, you could also do Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd, relatively cool Pokemon, relatively rare Pokemon, especially for people in the United States. On to the next, we are going to be looking at the Snorlax. Snorlax is a great gym Pokemon. It does well in a lot of the Go Battle Leagues, including the Master League, and it is great just for plopping in the gyms. So that's why I'm going to recommend for you guys to walk this Pokemon to get the XL candy for. And just remember, for all of these Pokemon, is all you have to do is save some of them when you catch them and trade them over 100 kilometers to add to the XL count. And not only that, we are also going to add in Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl does spawn during events. It is in the field research, but it is a relatively rare Pokemon. But as a Mega Rock Pokemon, it is the top strongest rock attacker in the game. So having a really high leveled Mega Aerodactyl with the Mega, a lot of times this Pokemon is a combination with flying type. So if you're going after something like a flying fire type Pokemon like Moltres, or a flying ice type Pokemon like Articuno that are going to be weak to rock and even double weak to rock, this Pokemon is going to give you that extra XL candy. So Mega Aerodactyl is really good. And the next Pokemon that we are going to go after, I am going to recommend, is going to be Larvitar. Larvitar does spawn quite frequently during Adventure Week and other rock type events, but this Pokemon is going to have a Mega at some point, including the next 2 Pokemon that I'm going to give you that I really like this Pokemon. It is going to be a 5 kilometer per walk, so having this Pokemon in as excited is very important. Which next is going to be Bagon. Bagon has an extremely strong Shadow 3rd tier Salamence, and then also has a future Mega, as well as Beldum is going to be the other Pokemon that I'm going to recommend. All 3 of these Pokemon do have future Megas that are going to be really strong. Their Shadows are really strong as well, and they are boss Pokemon, and I highly suggest that if you guys don't have enough XL candy for these, when their Megas do come out, we will be able to catch them and get more XL candy. But why not start contributing now and not have to pay for it later when we have the bonus active for this event? And the next Pokemon is going to be Riolu. Riolu, great Pokemon. Mega Lucario will be out at some point, so definitely a Pokemon, including one that I am walking to get that XL candy. The next one we are looking at is going to be, well, it could be Gen 1 or Gen 4, is going to be Tangrowth or Tangela. This Pokemon as a Shadow is one of the top grass attackers in the game, something you may consider to walk. And the next Pokemon I'm going to recommend, which is in Gen 2 as well as Gen 4, we do have Togepi, Togetic, and Togekiss. This Pokemon is extremely valuable, especially for all you PvP Pokemon out there. Togekiss does do a lot of work, especially against Dragon Pokemon, because it is double resistance to Dragon, so it's definitely a Pokemon that I have on my list, including more Pokemon coming at you, which is going to be Timburr. Timburr is a great Pokemon going into Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr is extremely strong as a Pokemon, and it's definitely a Pokemon that I'm going to be recommending to you guys, because although I do believe it will have a Calm Day at some point, I do not know when that Calm Day will be coming at us. And the next Pokemon is more for its rarity, is going to be Sandile. Sandile is only really coming out of 12 kilometer eggs, so you cannot get this Pokemon anywhere else. So this Pokemon I really like. I have hatched a hundo. I do believe this Pokemon is a candidate also for a Calm Day in the future, but this Pokemon I suggest walking it. This one, the Tirtouga and the Archen, are not really Pokemon that are crazy effective in Pokemon Go, but I do like them because of their rarity, so that's why I'm recommending all 3 of these. And then next we do have Klink. Klink is one of those Pokemon that I am just recommending because, once again, of its rarity. It's not a super common Pokemon, and I have a shundo of it, so I'm just going to recommend that maybe this Pokemon at someday will have a Calm Day, but why not take advantage advantage of this Pokemon right now, which is then going to lead us into our next Pokemon, which I really like, which definitely will have a Calm Day next year, and that is going to be Axew. Axew does have a shiny out. This Pokemon is rare, so although it might have a Calm Day and should have a Calm Day, you could already start getting ahead on your XL Candy. You could potentially use it for maybe a league if you do want to use that Haxorus. And then let's not forget about Deino. Deino is great, but it did have a Calm Day. You can also do Gible as well, but it also had a Calm Day. So if you're trying to catch up on the XL Candy for this Pokemon, during the recap this year, unfortunately Gible will not be spawning. It will probably be locked behind raids, but Deino should be spawning and you can catch them. You can have a Mega Level 3. Hint, hint, start getting your Mega Level 3s ready for Calm Day, and then you can trade them over on 100 kilometers to get more XL Candy. So that is definitely an option for you guys for these specific Pokemon. But at the same time, if you have missed Calm Day and you're not going to be planning to play it, you can walk them to try to get the XL Candy, even though it's not nearly as efficient. And the next Pokemon are going to be 4 rarer Pokemon. We do have Pancham that only comes from 12-kilometer eggs. We also have Tyrunt. We have also Amaura, and then we have Goomy. So these Pokemon are newer Pokemon. They are definitely rarer. Not all of these are the most effective Pokemon for their typing, but they are pretty rare, pretty cool Pokemon. I don't know how they're going to be integrated more into the game. They always may be semi-rare. Maybe some of them may have a Calm Day at some point, but at the same time, great Pokemon and great candidates for XL Candy here. And next, we have Rockruff, Salandit, and Jangmo-o. Okay, so Jangmo-o is a very high contender for some of the GBL Pokemon. Maybe not in the Master League, but in other leagues, it is coming through. This Pokemon, extremely rare. Definitely recommend getting some XL Candy for it. Even though it is not the most functional Pokemon, it is still really cool. Salandit, also extremely rare, only coming out of 12-kilometer eggs. And then we have the Rockruff, which is also rare. So the reason why I'm recommending these Pokemon, as opposed to maybe some more effective Pokemon that you may know, such as Giratina, which is going to have a Calm Day coming soon, which is easy to obtain. Machop is always in events. So, you know, I could recommend you do a Machop, but man, this Pokemon is always in events and it's always spawning in the wild. So why walk those Pokemon right now when you can walk something that's a little bit rarer and capitalize on this? So if I were to give you 5 of my favorite Pokemon in here to walk, I would say Riolu, absolutely Riolu, because Lucario is an absolute monster. The Mega will be crazy. We have Beldum, which I think will have a Calm Day Classic, but at the same time, why not get some more XL Candy for this Pokemon? We are going to have also in this conjunction, also in this one, I really want to include the Larvitar as well as the Bagon. I think all of those are great Pokemon in there. Even though they all have had Calm Days, they all could have future Calm Day Classics. We could easily get XL Candy, but if you're really looking to get up ahead of those and just be ahead just in case the Mega comes before we get the Calm Day Classic, you can have that. The next Pokemon I'm going to recommend, highly like this Pokemon, is going to be Timburr. I really like the Timburr. Timburr going into Conkeldurr has always been rare. It's always been locked behind eggs and raids. It has never spawned in the wild. So although it could have a Calm Day, I suggest getting ahead on this Pokemon, especially because without a Shadow and without a Mega, it is one of the top fighting type Pokemon in the game. And then my final Pokemon in here is a little bit of a wild card, but it's going to be Aerodactyl, because although Aerodactyl does make its way into events, it does have a Mega. It is a rarer spawn always in events. It is not common, and it is definitely a Pokemon that is worth having extra XL Candy for sure, especially because how powerful that thing is as a Mega and how multi-purpose it is as a Mega level 3, getting you extra XL Candy for a lot of the Pokemon that it is going to fight against, which is pretty cool. So with that said, if you guys are looking to go rarer, like rarer, harder, we're talking with excitement, we are talking 10 kilometers per XL Candy, which is extreme. I'm going to give you that list. Here it goes. Mew, Celebi, Jirachi. We also have Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. Even though those Pokemon do make their ways into raid battles, some of those may be a little bit more rare for you, even though a lot of those 3 are probably not particularly the most effective Pokemon, but you could use those. What I do really like is that Mew is very multi-purposed as far as these Pokemon. We can also look to Meloetta, which is a Pokemon that I have 100% IV of, and it's definitely a Pokemon that I do fancy a little bit more XL Candy for. We do have Victini, we do have Hoopa, we do have Cosmog, and then we also have Zarude. So those are the Pokemon in there that I suggest. Zarude is actually one of the top dark/grass type Pokemon in the game. Grass, it's excelling even more for. So Mew as well as Zarude are extremely good, and then Cosmog going into the eventual Pokemon I do believe will share XL Candy with those Pokemon. So that could be definitely a great future for you guys. All right, so we are going to test the theory right now to see how many XL Candies, because I swear there has been a couple times I was walking my shiny Dragonite and I did get 2 XL Candies. So as of right now, we are at 2.4 out of 2.5 kilometers here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the auto catch so we can make sure to encounter some Pokemon. And we are going to walk right now and see how many XL Candies we get, because it's literally just about to tick over on this Riolu. I have been using Poffins because, you know, you can get some free Poffins when playing. I mean, they're not really free necessarily, but they do come as an added bonus to participating in some things in the game, which I will be making a video out very soon just to show you guys what that does look like. So we are going to walk right now and we are going to get get ourselves, ooh, 0.1 kilometers right there. Did it go over? We might have just seen it and I wasn't paying attention. Let's see, our journal. Riolu found a candy. We were at 257 Riolu candy. Let's see, and we have 258. So we got 1 on that one. I'm not really sure what dictates to getting 1 or 2. Let me know in the comments below what you guys have been experiencing, but we are 1 closer, honestly, to getting there. So we have to walk a lot of kilometers to be able to get this, but it's gonna be worth it. That's what I'm gonna have for all of you guys. Take your pick, see which one you like most. One of the best ones and most universal ones in here, that is the rarest for me, is gonna be Riolu, just because how good Lucario is, how multi-purpose it is, how powerful it is as a Go Battle League, as a rocket taker downer Pokemon. I think it's a great Pokemon and it's rare, and why not get some XL candy? Timburr's another great one as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes their support, subscription, emphasis, page 2X. Let me see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.